All right. Sorry for the lateness. The movie only just now finished. I should have set it for 7 p.m. instead of 6:55. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, out there in YouTube land, I am Deleted Scenes, and this is my just out of the theater live stream for Cocaine Bear. And well, I got to tell you, it's incredibly stupid. On the other hand, I kind of liked it because there is a point in the movie where you do start caring about the characters and whether or not they're going to get out of this messed up situation. Um, I guess the best thing that I could say about it is that if you liked the first Lake Placid movie, you're going to like this. In fact, the only thing that this movie is really missing is Betty White. You know, it needed that crazy kind of Betty White character in it. Okay. I compared it earlier to Snakes on a Plane. It's maybe a little bit, you know, but my thought on it is it's really more closer to Lake Placid. Really, if you remember the first Lake Placid movie, and if you liked that, you'll probably like this. The jokes don't always land, but some do, and I got a chuckle out of a few of them. It's one of those movies that kind of counts on a lot of the characters being kind of stupid for a good portion of the movie before they finally start wising up. Yeah. Elephant in the Room, Elizabeth Banks. She can direct this kind of movie, that's clear. For those of you that are concerned, no, the movie is not woke in any way, which I know is kind of a surprise for her. So kind of get that out of your head. This is a horror comedy, you know, with these coked up, you know, insane bears running around. Plural. Yeah. Up front, I'm going to say I am mildly recommending the movie. You know, do I think you need to run out to the theaters to see it? Not necessarily, but if you want to, go ahead. So yeah, it's this movie is goofy as shit, man. Doesn't really settle on tone. You know, it wants to be this balls out horror movie, and then at the same time, it wants to be a comedy. And there are times when both work and when they don't. Gotta tell you something about the gore. The trailer for Sisu is more gory than this movie is. I mean, you do see, you know, severed body parts and, you know, guts hanging out and whatnot, but the movie doesn't really linger on it. Hello, Martin Acosta Santana. Let me get my readers on so that I can actually see the chat. Martin, thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here. Yeah, I just got out of Cocaine Bear. It's not the greatest movie ever made, but I got to tell you, it's not Sci-Fi Channel bad either. You know, there's, you know, there are production values to this. There are some really good shots. Um, the initial drug subplot could have been a movie on its own. The bear attack stuff could have been a movie on its own, and it's not a bad movie. There are things about it that work. There are things that don't. It is hit and miss, but it's not. Um, I didn't feel like I wasted my time going to see it. Let me put it that way. You know, um, the actors are actually very good. Nobody sleepwalks through this. They throw themselves 100% into this movie. I don't know how many of them did it because they genuinely liked the script or they just did it for money. I don't know. Um, uh, I wish Ray Liotta was alive today so he could tell us how he got talked into this. Because I don't know. Maybe he saw the humor in it and thought, okay, this is kind of a silly movie. Why the hell not? He's really good. Um, he's kind of the serious character because he's kind of the reason the movie happens. He's holding on to the cocaine for these Colombians, and he's got to get it back or they're going to make him a grease spot. So he has a stake in all of this. Because his life's on the line, his family's on the line, as he says. But so it's it's kind of like he's in like this kind of serious drug movie, and then the cocaine bear shit starts to happen. And even he has to realize by the end, wait a minute, what the hell movie am I in? But it's a good performance. I don't know if this is, obviously this was not the movie he was planning to go out on. It just happened to be the one that he did. And but he's very good. Kerry Russell's really good. The kids are a lot of fun. Alden Ehrenreich is actually good, for a change. It's a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, obviously, and it's obvious. Troy Pacelli, hello. Was the bear good? Yeah. The bear is good. The bear is good. The bear is going to need to go to rehab and just sit in the corner and think about its behavior. But yeah. The bear is good. What else? That's what matters anyway. Yeah. Everybody involved was clearly having fun. This is a critic-proof movie. Do not take it seriously. It does not take itself seriously. It is a step up from the Sci-Fi Channel fare that I was afraid it was going to be. Let me see. In real life, the bear dropped dead from a massive heart attack in 5 minutes. That wouldn't be very good fun. No. Obviously, this goes far and away from the true life incident. Yeah, I mean, not only would the bear be dead, the people in the film who ingest the cocaine would also probably be dead. Cocaine does not give you superpowers. Let that be a lesson to you out there, kids. you know, this movie does go out of the way to tell you that drugs are not cool. At one point, it even says it. So, it's like they're making fun of the use of drugs, but at the same time, it's trying to. It does have like an anti-drug message in it. So, if I had any kind of a takeaway, let me see. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Hello. How was the movie? I'm recommending it. But apparently makes you a better movie producer like the 80s. Yeah, well, the movie takes place in the 80s. It takes place in 1985. So, there are a lot of 80s references in it that are actually really good. Finally able to make it to you live. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Anonymous, hello. You're going to the movie this Sunday. Well, let me know what you think of it, please. Just to let everybody know who's just coming. Hold on. D. Penzak, is the bear worthy of an Oscar nomination? Why not? I'm sure it'll get a few MTV awards. Best coked up bear in an action comedy. Thought I'd be shoveling 5 feet of snow. Well, it was 80 degrees here today where I am. So how long that lasts, I don't know. It's probably about 70 degrees right now. Feels nice out here, actually. So all of you who are digging yourselves out from underneath snow, I feel for you, man, but I don't care. No, no, I'm kidding. We got 5 feet of 5 foot drift into driveway. 5 foot drift. Wow. Well, yeah. Obviously, the people who are up north right now are getting shellacked. As far as the weather is concerned. Was there a surprise walk away from this film? Yeah, my surprise walk away was that I actually kind of liked it. There was a point. There was a point in the movie where I was, oh, what did I get myself into? And then there's a point in the movie where you actually start caring about the characters and whether or not they're going to get out of it alive or not. Because there is a point in the movie where you start to think, oh, this is going to be a wipeout. Nobody's going to get out. But, there is a point, there's a charm to it where you start caring. The screenwriter is a guy named Jimmy Warden, and I think this was like his first screenplay. I read an article about him. And it is obvious that he paid a great deal of attention to sort of 80s horror movies and 80s action movies and learned the right things from those movies. Because there is a point where you do like in any exploitation movie where you do start to care. Can kids watch it? I wouldn't bring a real little kid because they might get scared. There was a guy who brought 2 kids to the screening, and they seem to have gotten through it okay. So the tone was good. Yeah, that surprised me. It does even out. You are, if you have the right sense of humor for this movie, you'll like it. Like I said, this isn't just like throwaway Sci-Fi Channel crap. There's an edginess to it. there are some laughs. I wish there had been like a little bit more. Um, but because the comedy kind of plays off the characters being a little dumb. Like, I don't care about the swearing. I just don't want to explain hookers. No, there are no hookers. There's no like sex or nudity or anything in it. Um, it's basically the people stuck out in the woods with the bears. Um, so yeah, you don't have to like, and like I said earlier, there is gore, but the movie doesn't really hold on it for very long. They don't really go overboard with it. Like I said, the trailer for that Finnish movie, the Finnish action movie, has more blood in it than this entire movie. But you do see severed limbs. There is a character who does get disemboweled, let's say. But they told us going in there was going to be violence and gore and bear attacks, and you get them. This movie is everything the trailer says it's going to be, and it is unapologetic about what it is. And it does get the tone right. It could have been more, sure. And it's not a perfect movie, but I liked it enough that I'm going to give it a recommend. Do you need to run out to theaters to see it necessarily? Not really, but if you do, then by all means. Sounds like it delivers. Yeah, it actually does. Like I said, if you saw the trailer and you got whatever your thoughts were on the trailer, or probably what your thoughts are going to be on the film. If you think it's not going to be for you, then maybe wait to see it. But if you think you're going to have a blast watching it, then by all means, go to see it. I mean, there's going to be there's a little something in it for everybody. Appreciate your theater exit reviews. Keep up the good work. And let me see, who is this? Somebody just came up in the chat who I don't recognize. Sorry, I'm doing this with my phone one-handed. Hold on. Oiler Greg. Oh, hello. Hey, man, good to see you. Yeah, it has been a while since we've seen Oiler Greg. We never quite know where he's going to pop up. The man is a ninja, very clearly. In fact, that's one thing this movie does not have, is ninjas. And cocaine ninja. Who knows? Maybe that'll be the next movie. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to give too much away about the movie. Not that there's really much to give away. Once the bear gets a hold of the cocaine, it's pretty much hell on wheels from there. If I had one major complaint, is I think it tries a little bit too hard to be Bullet Train. Let me explain. Now, hold on. Ninjas, hookers, and cocaine might be too much for one film. Well, there are no hookers in this movie, and there's no ninjas, unfortunately. But there is plenty of cocaine. Okay, one thing that kind of really bothered me about the first half of the movie, and the movie runs about 95 minutes or so it doesn't outstay its welcome. The reason why I say it tries a little too hard to be Bullet Train is because you have a number of characters who kind of converge into one area, and it kind of cuts back and forth between all of these characters. And I was worried early on. Was this movie going to connect the dots? You know, how are these characters finally going to come together? And eventually they do, and it's like, okay, it makes sense. But I think it probably, and I don't want to say cut out scenes, because it kind of feels like there are a couple of scenes cut out already. I wouldn't be surprised if, when this comes out on video, if we got a longer version. But I do feel kind of early on that they could have gotten to a certain point in the movie quicker. I shouldn't take my glasses off. Hold on. Have them drop it off in the writing rooms of all these studios. Put cocaine back in the script writing. Try Pacelli, maybe not. Works for the Velocipaster. I have not seen the Velocipaster yet, so I can't really speak to that one. I'm sure if you like the Velocipaster, you'll probably like this, based on what I've heard about it. Just to just some bullet points. Not a perfect movie, but I wasn't expecting it to be. It is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. A lot of the characters are stupid until they're not. There's a point where some characters realize that, whoa, I got to step up in this situation, and they do. It doesn't go overboard to be. It's not one of those movies that goes, "Hey, I'm really clever." Hello, Stephen Ransom. Good to see you. Like I said, a few bullet points. It doesn't try too hard to be overly clever, so that's working for it. The actors put 100% into it. They're clearly having a blast. It's better than I thought it was going to be. It's not perfect. I'm probably going to go ahead and give it like a 3 stars out of 5. This film is a godsend to laughter. Yeah. Hello, Captain Fandom Nerd. What would I give it out of 10? I would probably say like a 6.5 to 7. It's not bad. It's a matinee. It's for sure a rental. It's a solid movie. It's a solid movie. Well, I would see that. This is a critic-proof movie. It's not going to matter if the critics love it or hate it. People are going to go see this movie. If you liked Lake Placid, which this movie is definitely better than. I was reminded a lot of Lake Placid. I was reminded of Snakes on a Plane. So if you liked those movies or those kind of movies, you're going to like this. And if you don't, it's going to be one of those movies where it's up to the sense of humor of whoever is watching it. If you have the ability to laugh at certain things that you that if it were happening in front of you in real life, you would be screaming. You know, yeah. You know, there's humor in it that lands. There's some that doesn't. You know, but Euler Greg says fun popcorn movie. Popcorn movie, exactly. This is a check your brain at the door, have some popcorn, and now if anybody has ever seen my Letterboxd page, where I have my rating system, and I'm going to do a video about my rating system, and like I said, all right, the bear is a symbol for California and Russia and Anglo Mexico. I guess you could say it that way, yeah. Anyway, like I said, going back to my rating system for a second, I have a level that I call grab some popcorn and enjoy. Now, this movie doesn't quite achieve that level for me, but it is a movie that is that, or who knows, I might kick it up a notch. I don't know. The more I think about it, but you know, it is a solid movie. They set out to make a goofy, gory popcorn movie that people can sit down and be entertained by. Now, like I said, whether you are or not, it's kind of up to your personal tastes. But I gotta tell you, this movie might not be on my top 10 at the end of the year, but it sure as hell isn't going to be in the worst. You know. So Elizabeth Banks, my hat is off. You made the movie you set out to make. You know, you made a silly, goofy horror comedy. You know, about a bear that gets coked up and eats a bunch of people. You can't mess that up. You know, and like I said, though, this movie is going to be critic proof. It's not going to matter what the critics say. So, okay, chat. There are 7 of you who are still watching, and I know there were some people who were kind of lurking earlier. Does anybody have any questions before I wrap it up? But as for the movie, I'm recommending it. Oh, I'm sure she can mess it up, but she probably had producers that wouldn't let her. Maybe that was true too. Sorry, just fly buzzing around me. Yes, as Girl is Random Thoughts says, please hit that like button. YouTube, I've noticed, has been taking away likes and views off of videos, and also subscribers. So please make sure. Brandon, hello, getting in under the wire. I was just about to wrap it up. Brandon, since you are coming in late, please go back and watch the rest of the video. But just to let you know, I am recommending the movie. It's kind of goofy, gory, fun. It's a popcorn movie. If it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but if you saw the trailer and you think, hey, I'm going to like this movie, you probably will. So Cocaine Bear's getting a thumbs up from me, folks. All right, just to let everyone know, we have Troy Pacelli with us in the chat. I am going to be on his show Friday Night Last Call tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. And we are going to go off on cancel culture. And I am going to be in next Friday at 7 o'clock, March the 3rd. I am going to be joining Big Al Presents on his channel, and we are going to be watching the 1980 sword and sorcery film Hawk the Slayer. And that movie is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Jack Palance just chewing up the scenery. Much like Cocaine Bear chewed up the people in this movie. Okay. The stream is posted and I've already recorded the intro. It's a scorcher. Drunken rant doesn't even cover it. Yeah, expect a lot of drinking, a lot of ranting, because Troy's going to have a lot to say, and I'm going to have a lot to say too. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a scorcher, man. We are going to. We have some targets and we are going to shoot them down, you know, like ducks in the amusement park, you know. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I got a couple of things I got to do. Then I'm going to go home. Programming note. I know Midnight's Edge After Dark is live right now. So I want to thank everybody who joined me here. So please go over to Midnight's Edge After Dark. I think they're about a half hour into the show right about now, 20 minutes, a half hour into the show. So go ahead and catch up with them. Let them know that I sent you. This is going to be a deleted scenes raid. Okay. I got a couple of stops I got to make. Then I got to go home, make some dinner. It's about 7:30 here. Or about very close to it. Guys, I want to thank everybody for being here. Brandon the Anime Guy, Troy Pacelli, Stephen Ransom, Euler Greg, Gorillas Random Thoughts, Anonymous, Martin Acosta Santana, D. Penzak. Let me see if I missed anybody. I don't think I missed anybody. Alrighty, thank you all. Thumbs up for Cocaine Bear. It's a fun one. Just go see it and decide for yourself. I'm going to wrap it up. I am Deleted Scenes. Take care. Stay strong. This is how we win. Have a good night. I'll see you later.